If you're waiting to feel ready, you're already behind. Welcome back to the Daily Reps podcast with me, Brendan. Today we're going to talk about, episode number 17 already. Discipline is the shortcut. So if you were here yesterday, you would have heard me saying near the end of the podcast that discipline is the shortcut. In life and business, in whatever, there aren't really any shortcuts. And all of these gurus out there, or whoever it is, saying this is the shortcut to success, this is the shortcut to wealth, this is the shortcut to this, that, and the next. Well, it's all a bit of a lie and a bit of a farce, and it's designed to try and sell you something, whatever it is, whether that's attention or whether it's a course with them or whatever. The fact is, there is no shortcut. There's no shortcut. Okay, you could get stupid lucky on a shitcoin invested in crypto and 10,000x your gains, but the chances of it is like winning the lottery. So why bother? Why not just start now? And even when you do win all that kind of money, if you did win the lottery, or lottery, be that in sort of national lotteries or be that in crypto, it is just gambling. It's just generic gambling. It's literally just gambling, degenerate gambling. And you're not building your skills doing that. You're not building the person that you are. So if you won however much doing that, you're just going to fumble it. You're not going to be able to maintain it. And you think you are, but you're just not. So let's just cut the bull and just say there is no shortcut and discipline is the way. So when you get motivated to start something, be that, say you want to start a business, and I'm 17 days into this podcast now, and there's times where I'm like, I couldn't really be bothered to do it. But I know in my mind I've committed to at least 1 year of an episode every single day. And the motivation necessarily isn't there, but the discipline is. I could have quit 10 episodes in because I didn't get enough views. But what message is that sending to you guys? What message is that sending to myself? That's saying it's okay to quit and give up because it's not worked as fast as you would like it to, or as much as you think it would. So, but you until you reframe it in your brain and go, I'm in it for 5-10 years. I'm in it for the long game every single time. The daily reps until I get to where I'm going, regardless. And there might be a few iterations and a few changes down the line, but the fundamental's the same. I'm in it until then. So that's okay. We show up. And discipline is the thing that's going to last over that motivation every single time. And until you get set and so stubborn in yourself that nothing can derail that, motivation will fade, and then so will your ideas and your plans. So, and remember, your goals that you have now, and the plans that you have, and the ideas that you have, and the dreams that you have, they don't care how you feel. Your mind will try and tell you that you're too tired, that you've got too much else going on, that you don't have time, that it's not going anywhere, so maybe you should quit now and save your time and save your energy for other things, and maybe you should go and play that video game or get that dopamine hit that you're so craving, or maybe you should skip it because whatever. The fact is, if you don't want to show up but you show up anyway, your mind will slowly start going, well, I can't really tell him what to do anymore, so I'm just going to pretty much leave him alone and be here if he needs me. And so you become the master of your mind, and your mind becomes subservient to you and serves you in better ways. And discipline wins over that every single time. So again, don't let your consistency be foiled by the way you feel. And if you have good systems in place, I'm looking at my next point here, and it says systems beat moods, always, right? And I think what we can take from that is, if you have a system in place, you get up in the morning, the first thing you do, you go and get coffee or tea or brush your teeth or whatever it is, and you just sit down and work for 2 hours. That's your system. Go and do that. That's pretty much my system at the moment. And then after that, I'll go and try and work out, and then I'll have breakfast or whatever. Or maybe it's get up, go and get fresh air, do some breathing exercises, go have a cold shower, go and do 100 different things that make you feel better. But if you're not progressing in your goals, are you just delaying them for later. Maybe you should, if your goals are big enough and your business is the thing that you want to push and the thing that you want to grow, maybe focus on that first and then go back to the things that make you feel good and healthy later to wind down. Again, all of these like morning routines. Again, you can call that a system, you can call it a morning routine, you can call it whatever you want, but at the end of the day, it's a system to get you in the zone, to get you focused and working on the things that you want to work on. So, and it keeps you disciplined, keeps you grounded. Like the first thing I do, I come up and make my coffee. So I'll be sitting with my coffee, get my work on, get my headphones on, and I'll sit and work. And I know as soon as I open that laptop and I've got my headphones on, ready to edit these videos or do whatever I'm doing, that when that headphones is on, I don't even need to have anything on. It's just the motion of putting them on and feeling them on my ears that, okay, that's focus time, that's time to go. So again, you will create your own little routines. Don't get too hung up on these fancy ass morning routines. A lot of people start doing these fancy morning routines when they feel like they want a longer life because they've got loads to accomplish, when they've actually started making money and when they've got a bit more time back. But in the early days, you just need to grind. So do the bare minimum, go and work out, eat right, sleep right. Other than that, just get on with work. And that's something that I've kind of realised recently. That's been a growth thing for me, because before I wanted to go and do cold showers, Wim Hof breathing, friggin' bit of journaling and stuff. All that journaling, yeah, I'm sure it's great if you are a writer and stuff. And I'm kind of getting off topic here, but this is maybe another episode entirely. But I do like to share these things because I think there's far too much emphasis on this morning routine is going to save your life. This morning routine is going to... No, I think just do what works for you and try lots of different things until you figure out what that is. It doesn't matter what it is. And glean tips and advice from other people and other influencers, sure, but you are going to figure out what works for you only by doing the daily reps. So tomorrow, we're going to talk about skill over hype, number 18. It's going to be an interesting one, so tune in for that. But today, what I want you to do, the closing rep for today's podcast: create before you consume, train before you scroll. That's the edge, okay? So we've talked about discipline. We've talked about morning routines and stuff. Again, the first thing I do, it could be really easy to get up and sit in your bed and scroll, or scroll on Instagram, scroll on TikTok, whatever it is, whatever your vice is, YouTube, whatever. But actually, if you get up and you reframe that and make it difficult, and you go, you know what, I can do that, but only after I've done a bit of work, then you're going to feel like, I've smashed out work, I'm feeling really motivated. I don't want to sit and scroll, I want to be productive. So the next morning you do the same thing. The next morning you do the same thing. Training before you're scrolling as well. Try and just do your daily training, whatever it is, before you do the procrastination tasks, because otherwise you'll sit there for 2 hours. Maybe you ought to train at night time, but before you sit down for the evening and watch Love Island on Netflix for 4 hours, or whatever it is that you turn to, try and get your gym in before then. And then it's fine. You've done all your things. You've done your work. You've done your daily goals. You've done your training. So yeah, sure, go and sit down and relax. Why not? You've done your tasks. But that is the edge. If you can do all that before, and it's easier said than done. We're all fallible, but try and get back on that horse every single time when you feel like you're falling off, or you notice yourself falling off, catching yourself that little bit earlier, being that little bit better every single time. That's the goal. And it's a never-ending journey. It's not like a destination where you get there and that's it. This is a never-ending journey, and you've got to realise that. So discipline is a lifelong game, and a lot of people talk about it, and a lot of people don't share the good, the bad, and the ugly, but you're getting it all. So, all right, that's it for today, and see you tomorrow.